Have you recently found yourself trapped at the bottom of an industrial pit of despair? Have you found yourself overwhelmed by the countless number of corners to choose to curl up in? Well, worry no more, for I am the White Knuckle Realtor. And for the low price of like and subscribe 99, I will walk you through our finest homes to help you find the best fit for your lifestyle. Just go ahead and dial 1-800-WUC. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know who that guy was. He kind of looked like me, but I don't remember making that. That's weird. Alright, but welcome back to which room in White Knuckle would make the best home. This is going to be part 3. Today we're going through not a great section, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Habitation Yellow. This is going to consist of 3 sub-regions. We got the elevator shaft, and then we're going to go through the haunted pier, and then Delta Labs at the end. Now, it's part 3. You probably know the drill by now, but I will just say real quick, we're going to be judging these based off of mostly floor space, usable standing room, and stuff like light and sound and smell, if that's a concern. And danger is a big consideration too. But I do want to say before we start off here, in the past I haven't been counting the mass. Like, I haven't been considering the mass as part of the rooms, because it's an ongoing threat that covers the whole section. So something like teeth, I'm not going to consider teeth a danger in the context of living in these rooms, because teeth is like the main threat of this section. I'm going to consider these rooms how they are, just empty shafts of nothingness. And yeah, one more quick shout out to Uncle Lloyd for inspiring this entire series. Uncle Lloyd makes videos doing this exact thing, but in a variety of games. I'm just doing it with White Knuckle because I love White Knuckle. Hey guys, this is me from like 10 minutes into the recording. I forgot to say something in the intro. I just want to apologize for how late this video is. I've been dealing with like some crazy personal shit recently, and I couldn't be making videos, so sorry for the delay, but it's here. So let's get started. We'll get started. All right, let's not delay any further. We're starting in the elevator shaft with it might not seem like it, but these are divided into sections. Wherever has these darker rings, this is where the divider is between rooms. So everything below this is shaft 01. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we're not starting off on a high note. Let me turn off Fulbright real quick. This is how much light you get here. In terms of shaft 1 specifically, there's not much to do here. Like, you get these tiny corners in all the elevator shaft rooms, but you can't do a whole lot with them. I think the most space you get here is this tiny walkway here. I wouldn't sleep here. I feel like I would fall off the edge if I tried to sleep anywhere here. And sleeping's bare minimum. Where are you gonna cook? Where are you gonna clean? Where are you gonna store? It's just not, it's the epitome of not it, chief. So we are gonna start off very low, give shaft 1 an F tier, because it's awful. Shaft 2. Same basic idea for the base of it. It goes pretty high up as just the same as shaft 1. Almost no usable space. But there is this open garage door right here, which is gonna be, I mean, it's like a savior compared to what's out there. It's like, wow. Still really dark. I actually didn't know it was this dark in here. But there are some lights. There's a little bit of light here. There's a little bit of light in here, actually. I like this. I like this natural lighting. This feels very, well, it's not natural, but it's in the environment. You didn't have to put it in yourself. It's very soft. Same down here. I actually really like this corner. It's very, very cozy. But that's not even all. You got this awesome room. Honestly, like, I would keep this how it is. Makes an awesome office space. You get a computer. If you watch the last episodes, you know how good it is to have a computer in a room. They're so rare, but you do get them. You do have to traverse through some vents, but if you are willing to make that sacrifice, you can get to this room, which light is not a problem at all. Oh, I guess it's actually not that bright on its own. With the flashlight, it looks super bright. But it's got its own lighting. My only thing I would say is there's a lot of blood in here. It's not a great addition, but there's been worse. There's been worse. There's another room. I think that I would make this the bedroom. The lighting's very warm. It comes with a couch. Whoa. There's a lot of food here. I did see someone commented on one of the last 2 videos and said I should take into account how much free food comes with some of these places. There's a lot of food here and a vending machine. I think this is a great deal. But on top of that, if you come up here, if you could ignore the bodies, this is a good room. You probably couldn't sleep in here. Okay, hold on. I got some business to take care of. You probably couldn't sleep in here considering all the corpses and the blood. It's pretty disgusting. But if you clean it out, activity room? It could be an activity room. With a chill area on the mattress. I don't know, dude. Sorry. Shaft. This whole room is very exhausting because there's so much. It's like a giant house is hidden in the walls of this terrible shaft. But we have to consider the whole space. So we have to consider the shaft with that, like, awesome multi-bedroom section. I just feel like it can't go higher than a C because of the shaft. You have to consider the shaft and the lack of light. C is good. C is a good score for a service shaft room. Shaft 03. So this does not differ too far from differ. Is that the right word? Am I using that word correctly? From shaft 1. It's got air vents, and that's about the only difference. You could come in here and sleep in this like little area, although I don't think you can get your legs to fit here. You can fit them this way, but something about that I'm not fucking with. That's it. Even these spots, they're angled. It completely destroys any use that those spots would have because they're at an angle. Shaft 3 is gonna be an F2. I don't think it's any more usable than Shaft 1. Alright. Shaft 4. It's gotta be better, right? It's gotta be better. It's gotta be infinitely better. No. It is not. Shaft 4 is... It's just not any better. It has this ladder section, which kind of replaces the vents in Shaft 3. But the only usable space is these platforms. They have these giant pillars in the middle of them. And on the other side there is catwalks. But we kind of decided collectively in the last 2 episodes that catwalks really are not a good investment. You can't do much with a catwalk. And once again, just a reminder, because we have Fulbright on, this is what these rooms actually look like. You can't see, dude. Unusable. If there was an epitome of unusable, it would be Shaft 4, 3, and 1. So they are both going to get an F tier. Well, all 3 of them. All three of those got an F tier. You know, I think we're pretty used to this now. There's a giant shaft, not livable. But you do get a little bit of space here, covered in blood. But it's space. We have to consider it because it is space. The one thing this room does have going for it is there is an elevator stuck up here. It's got plenty of light. Good amount of light. Only 1 corpse to ignore. That's easy. It's a buddy, if anything. I do like this elevator. It's a nice, cozy sized room. But there's not much else than that. You have to give it that Shaft 5 offers a little bit more than the other shafts. But it's still a D. Like, the bar is so low, guys. And it's still not going more than a D. Alright, Shaft 6, blah blah blah, it's an elevator shaft, blah blah blah. You get these storage crates? I'm not sure what these are, but we saw them in silos a lot. They're just blocking up the whole shaft. This area, similar to the last one, has blood, but really doesn't have as much blood. It's pretty clean in comparison. I will say there's no elevator here But there is a secret. There's a secret up here. If you can get up here and turn this off, because that's a lot of stimulation. This is a decent secret here. One of the walls is painted almost entirely black, so it's like a nice accent wall. A lot of posters already pre-decorated. It comes pre-decorated. It's just a small room. It's a small room. And you know, Shaft 5 was just a small room in the middle of a shaft, so why not give Shaft 6 a D as well? Because it is essentially the same thing. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna use a little no clip for some of these rooms, because they don't work super well. You can't tell. Okay, Shaft 7, same deal. It's a shaft. But there's a little nook in here. I like me a good nook. Let's see how bright it is. Not at all. Alright. Good for sleeping. No light is good for sleeping. I have to give it that. But it's about the only thing it's good for when it comes to making a home. If you notice, this shaft does have holes in it that if you follow, will take you to a pretty nice room. I just don't feel like it's nice enough to up it to a C. Like, Shaft 2 had a C, and it had like a whole house in the wall. This is not a whole house. It's a nice room, but it's not a whole house. So Shaft 7 is going to get a D tier. Alright, I think I'm gonna no clip for the rest of this because these rooms are big and I don't want to waste too much time trying to climb. All of the haunted piers are, as far as I know, they're outdoors. I think they're outdoors. It's a little hard to tell with all these structures. Maybe it's like a portal situation and we're like in a giant tube or ball or something that we just can't see the edges of. But I believe we're outdoors. Living outdoors, not a great experience. That's not good points right off the bat. But I will say specifically about the Pier 1. Oh, here we go. Okay. I turned off full bright. It's lit pretty well. There's a lot of floor space. Like, I wouldn't get too close to the edge, but even like up to here, you could use all this. You could use that. You could have stuff in here. You'd have stuff over here. Ignore this wall. That's a bug. That's not supposed to be doing that. And I even think it has a pretty accessible, if you're looking for any amount of interior, there is a pretty accessible room. If you come up here to the crane, this could be your room. It's got 2 doors. You can find some boards to cover that up with. Sleep in here. All things considered, the fact that this is outdoors, I think it's generous. Very generous. And well, also not to mention there's a little bit of extra stuff up here, but you're not going to be using this. None of my regular clients are going to be climbing all of this. Considering everything down here, I'm going to be very generous and give Pier 1 a B tier, which is our highest score so far. And we're at a Pier 2. We're at Pier 2. This is not dissimilar to Pier 1, but there's a lot less space off the bat. It's a lot more cramped in with the buildings and everything. I would be less likely to use this because it's a lot closer to the edge. If you really want to, you can come up here and use these edges, maybe? It still feels dangerous to me. But for the most part, it's kind of the same deal. It's just less space, so I'm gonna give Pier 2, I think I'm gonna give it a C tier. Because it's basically the same, just with less space. I've always liked Pier 3 because it's like a whole building. It's got this multi-level, let's count levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 stories. 7. It's a 7-story building. First floor's a little messy. Second floor, this is some decent space actually. It's a little dangerous because everything's kind of toward the edge, but even if you hug this wall, there's some space. Third floor has, well, okay. I was about to get really hyped because it had a room, but the whole wall's blown out, so it doesn't really feel like a room. And fourth floor, it's not really a floor. But 5th floor. Get ready for the 5th floor. There's a room. This a room if I ever seen one. This a room. Like, this one's got cozy lighting. It's got cushioned floors with all this garbage. Anyway, I'm not trying to go through every floor. There's some space on the other ones. You probably aren't reasonably going to be using any of the other space up here. If you can get up here, there is a crane with a room. And if you can somehow get up here, there is a nice hidden secluded nice secluded room here. I think this is ideal, I think, for a bedroom, but it's very hard to get to. It's all the way up there from down here. Not super reasonable. But Pier 3 is going to get a B. I think it's got similar space to Pier 1. It's just stacked on top of each other. Pier 4. Alright, so as cool as this room looks, because I will admit it looks awesome with the lightning flashes going on. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It's nice eye candy, but you can't like it. That basically sums up how I feel about it. It's not livable. This is the only livable space. You have a floor here, which isn't a terrible floor, but it's not huge, and it's all you got. I'm gonna give Pier 4 a D, I think. D for doesn't seem that great. Doesn't seem that great. Who's ready for Delta Labs? Not me. I'm gonna keep no clipping, I think. If it's cool with you guys, it's cool with me. And I'm kind of just hoping that it's cool with you guys, because I don't want to navigate through this. Do you see this? This entire thing, from here to here, all the way down, is one room. That's Lab 1. And we're gonna go through it, even though it's gonna be a little bit, futile. It's all vents. You know how I feel about living in vents. And the areas that aren't vents, no space. A little space. These turret rooms are maybe the most usable spots. But even here, I think you're still in danger of the vent things. Which I should consider the vent things. I think I should. Because with something like Teeth, throughout the entire service shaft, Teeth is the main enemy. But for Delta Labs, there are some rooms in Delta Labs where the vent thing is not the main enemy. It's part of the map. It always has a room that it comes out of. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna count the vent things. Which means that Lab 1 is gonna get an F, because it's all vents, which are all infested with the one vent thing. I'm just gonna say right now, I think any room with a vent thing is gonna get a pretty fucking low score. But that's not this room. This is Lab 2. Pretty good starting area. This ground floor has 2 main lights. And I think it actually looked pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty dimly lit with like the warm lighting from up here. I actually like that, yeah. This floor is kind of all you need, and like we could go up here and look at the fact that there's a floor or 2 sticking out from the walls, half of which that are covered in turrets. But we don't even have to. If I were living here, I would just stay on this first floor and say that it's a C. Lab 2 gets a C. Okay. This is Lab 3. Look at your screen right now. This is Lab 3. It's kind of just depressing. We can go through the rooms. There's a hallway here. Vent things coming from both sides. There's a big room here. Vent things coming from all sides. It's, oh, another one here. Who could have guessed? If you can make it up this whole shaft. There's still a vent thing. There's still a vent thing. I don't know, dude. This is depressing. Lab 3 gets an F. I never realized how big it was, but it gets an F either way. Alright, Lab 4. Same deal. I think this is the same deal as lab 2. Giant open floor here. Nice and dimly lit. This time it's more of a cool light. It's all purple. And zero gravity, I think that's fun. I think zero gravity is fun. Well, it's not zero gravity, but it's low gravity. I think low gravity is just a good time. And there are 2 rooms up here if you can make it up here and get rid of the turret. There is a concern if you ever want to pass this ring. I fucking died. I'm so stupid. The point is, there's a laser wall. If you ever pass this barrier, but if you don't pass it, I think it's a C. It's a C. Let's move on to lab 5. Let's move off of lab 5. That's an F tier. That's totally an F tier. Lab 6 is... Oh, this is big ballroom. Big ballroom. Once again, fun to look at, not fun to be around. Definitely not fun to live around. As a matter of fact, this whole section is probably not very livable. But you gotta give it. There is a space here, and that's about it. Lab 6 gets a D tier. Lab 7 is the exact same thing, but without a ball and with these fuckers. Lab 7's gonna be an F tier as well, unfortunately. Alright, Lab 8. I'll just say right now, this room has a significant threat that is optional. This button could cause your absolute demise if you press it. You just don't gotta press it. Look at the floor plan here. Really consolidated corner. Really nice corner there. It's like a maze, but you know what is a maze if not just a compressed house? Partitions make rooms, and these are some serious partitions. I like the floor here. It's a little small. There's a desk up here. You could risk using it, although the more time you spend up here, the more time you spend close to this button, and that could be bad news for you. Honestly, let's just ignore the button. Let's put something in front of the button. It just doesn't. It doesn't even exist. All right, no button. Lab 8's gonna get a C tier. All right, well, as hard as that may be to believe, that's our whole list for today. There's significantly less rooms in this one than the last 2. We've been dropping off in numbers of rooms going through. And I didn't know that this one would be that bad. I knew that the shaft would be terrible. I didn't know that Delta Labs was gonna rank so low. Here's the full tier list. It's pretty bottom heavy. The highest score we gave today was a B. And we only gave 2 Bs. Some may say that I give bad rankings and that I should balance it out. Like, part of me thinks that I should have adjusted my standards to make some things rank higher. But like, if we're considering the game as a whole, I shouldn't do that. I should keep my standards the same as previously mentioned. So, in comparison to the rest of the game, it's terrible. Ironic that it's called Habitation. Habitation Yellow. Next is the Abyss, I guess. It's really not gonna, it's not looking good for the Abyss. I should mention videos may be slow going forward because of what I mentioned earlier. I'm going through some serious personal stuff, and that's why this video is so late, but I'm getting it out. I got this one out. I'll get the next one out. And thank you for all the support. There's been a lot of support lately. Oh, I don't know if I even talked about it in a video. We hit 100 subs, and those last 2 videos hit 1,000 views each. It's like crazy support, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. But I am exhausted. I'm really tired. I was already really tired, and then I recorded this, and wow, I'm tired. So I'm gonna go. But thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Uncle Lloyd. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Whee! This one's gonna take extra long. It's taking extra long. Wow, this one's taking forever.